Is everything about cholesterol being told a lie? What if I told you that lowering your cholesterol could actually increase your risk of heart disease? Today, we'll be diving through why we've been pointing the finger at the wrong culprit. Imagine this. There's a crime scene, and there's two suspects. One is HDL, who's dressed up in a nice suit, and is smart, and is someone you can trust. And LDL is in scruffy clothes, looks like he could be trouble. And at the scene of the crime, there's fingerprints from LDL. That's why we've been attacking LDL, because at the scene of the crime he was there. But is there enough evidence to show that actually he was the one causing the problems? Back in the 1980s, statins was introduced to, of course, help with heart disease, and they thought lowering cholesterol would be the way to tackle it. But it's been 40 years, and heart disease, strokes, and heart attacks have just risen. Is LDL actually the culprit? Let's find out, because actually LDL has a twin brother. He's a small, dense LDL, and he's going around damaging your arteries. He's been damaged from years of eating ultra-processed foods, sugar, smoking, just all the unhealthy stuff. And as the years go by, you start getting insulin resistance and metabolic issues, and that's what's damaging your LDL. Lowering your LDL will not help. So you've got two forms of LDL. So the healthy LDL is, of course, very fluffy, slightly larger in a molecule, bounces around in your arteries, in your bloodstream, and doing the job it's meant to do. But with all the damage from the bad diet, some of those LDLs get oxidized, and they're a lot smaller, a lot denser, a bit more like golf balls, and they're bashing about in your bloodstream. And of course, when you get to those junctions in your arteries, in those bends, of course, they're not crashing and then accumulating over the decades and blocking up your arteries. But actually, lowering your LDL is not helping the situation. I'm just going to get a prop just to show you. A bit of a cheap prop. Some Lego cubes. If you can imagine that the green ones are your healthy LDL, and that the red ones are your damaged ones, and you've been eating not the greatest diet. You go to your doctors and they're saying, oh, your LDL is a bit high, we need to put you on a statin, get your LDL lower. So you take a statin, of course, your LDL lowers. Now, 80% of your LDL comes from your liver. Your liver produces it, and the rest comes from your food. So what the statin's doing is decreasing your production of LDL in your liver. And what do you think is going to happen? Well, you start lowering your cholesterol, all that fresh new cholesterol that your body is producing. And then the ratio of good to bad LDL is suddenly lower. And now you've got more of the damaged bad LDL in your system. Well, what's that mean? It means you've got a higher risk of actually causing more damage to your arteries and increasing your risk of heart disease because you've got more of the bad LDL. So the thing you should actually be looking at, and the thing that the doctors have been looking at for centuries, or decades, should I say, sorry, is that a lot of the metabolic doctors now are out there. They're showing that on your lipid panel, the most important thing you should be looking at is your triglycerides and your HDL ratio. So if you've got a 1-to-1 ratio or lower, then you're in good metabolic health. So your triglycerides is low, and your HDL is high. If you've got a ratio between 1 and 2, then it's not great, but it's not awful. And if it's above 2, then you've got metabolic issues. You've got insulin resistance most probably, and your body's not doing great. And having also a lower ratio of LDL to triglycerides is that your body is burning fat more efficiently than normal. And here's something you might not know. Your brain actually needs cholesterol, especially the LDL. It helps create structures for your neuron and helps with memory recall. So when you're on a statin to lower your LDL cholesterol, it's not just your heart health you're affecting, it's your brain, the way your brain works and functions. It slows it right down, and you'll just struggle with memory recall. And actually people have reported when they're on a statin that this happens. They do struggle, and they blame that it's their age. They blame their age, that they're too old, and the brain's just not working as it is. But actually, they're on a statin. It's more likely that's affecting their brain, because they're lowering their LDL cholesterol, something that your brain thrives for. Now let's talk about your heart and your overall health, and ways to naturally control your cholesterol and keep your brain at tip-top condition. It's eating a low or no carb diet, a bit like the keto or the carnivore diet. This will naturally get your cholesterol where it should be, keeping your triglycerides low, keeping your HDL high, and moving your LDL cholesterol to where it needs to be for your body to function at its peak. This will just not improve your heart health and your brain health. It will set you up for vitality, longevity. So keep those carbs out, eat animal, dense, nutritious food, and you will feel like you're 10 years younger, and your heart health will improve, your overall health will improve. There'll be so many benefits that will come from eating this way, leading to better metabolic health, better brain function, and just overall a healthier life. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for when I release my next video. You'll get notified. Please leave a comment if you've been on statins yourself and you've had issues, or tell your story, or if you've been on a carnivore diet yourself. I'd love to hear what your journey's been like. Also, I've mentioned on some of my older videos that will be working on a podcast. I've got my first guest at last, so now I can start filming in the next couple of weeks. So I'm hoping sort of second week of October I'll be releasing that video. I won't say too much still yet until we start filming, but the week before I release it, I'll let you know and give you full details what this podcast is all about. It's going to be quite exciting. So thanks again. Have a great week, and I'll see you at the next video. And also, if you haven't seen my last video about high blood pressure, go and check that out. It's quite interesting. Thanks. Bye.